Hi students, welcome to your virtual classroom. This is Mansi Musle, your mentor for physics and maths. We are dealing with applications of quadratic and now another fourth most interesting situation while solving quadratics, applications of quadratics is problems related to speed, distance and time. We know what is the formula for speed. Speed is always distance upon time. So while solving problems, you will get to know that either sometimes speed is asked. Okay, there would be two vehicles. There would be there can be two trains, two different types of trains, two different types of cars. Wherein one car would be a slow one car would be a faster one. So obviously, speed of the faster car would be more. Speed of the slower car would be less. Right? But can you tell me if the speed of a car is more, time required by it would be less, and if the speed of the car is less, time required by it would be more. Okay, so you need to remember this, and accordingly we need to solve the questions. Let's see the situations. Okay, question 1 says, an express train takes 1 hour less than a passenger train to travel 132 kilometers between Mysore and Bangalore. Okay, now if you see, this problem is related to trains. Okay, so there are two types of trains and there are two destinations. One destination is Mysore, another is Bangalore. So the trains are traveling from Mysore to Bangalore and the distance between Mysore to Bangalore is like 132 kilometers. Okay. This is fine. Obviously, express train is faster, so it would take less time. And passenger train is slower, it would take more time. Okay, right. So if the average speed of the express train is 11 km per hour more than the passenger train, find the average speed of the two trains. So they are telling us that the express train is faster than 11 kilometers per hour than the passenger train. Okay. Right. So what we'll do, what is asked, find the average speed of the two trains. So the let first of all the speed of let the speed of passenger train be equal to x kilometer per hour. So if the speed of passenger train is x kilometer per hour, express train is faster than passenger train. So therefore speed of express train becomes express train will be equal to x minus 11 because we have seen, sorry, it would be x plus 11 because the speed is more. Average speed of the express train is 11 kilometer per hour more. So this is x plus 11 kilometer per hour. Perfect. Now, time required by passenger train will be more. Time required by express train will be less. And what is the time difference? Time difference is given as 1 hour. So we will say that time by passenger train, time required by passenger train minus time required by express train, time required by passenger train minus time required by express train is equal to 1 hour. That is, the difference in their timings is 1 hour. Now we know what is the formula for speed. Speed is equal to distance upon time. So therefore we are dealing with time over here. So therefore time is equal to distance upon speed. Right. So now we need to just take this over here. So time required by passenger train, it will be equal to distance traveled by passenger train upon speed of the passenger train. So what is the distance travel? Distance travel will be same in both cases. So that's 132 distance upon speed. What is the speed of passenger train? That is x, right? Speed of the passenger train is x minus time taken by express train. So time taken by express train will be again distance traveled by express train. That's again 132 kilometers upon the speed of expresses. Speed of the express train is x plus 11. So what is the time difference? Time difference is 1. Now we just need to take an LCM. So what will be LCM? It will be 132 into x plus 11 minus x into 132 the whole upon x into x plus 11 equal to 1. So I will shift this denominator to my RHS, and my LHS, when I open the brackets, it becomes 132x plus 132 into 11. So it would be 1320 plus 100, 1420 plus 32, 1452. 1452 minus 132x whole upon x square plus 11x equal to 1. So if you see, this plus 132 minus 132 will get cancelled. We will shift this over here. So the equation becomes 1452 equal to x square plus 11x. Hence, the required quadratic is x square plus 11x minus 1452 equal to 0. This is my required quadratic equation. So after solving this quadratic, we can split this 11 into 44x minus 33x, which will give us 44 into 33 give us 1452. So the cofactors that we get is x plus 44 into x minus 44. Hence, x is equal to either minus 44 or x is equal to 33. We know what is x. X is speed of the train, so that's why x cannot be negative. So we will negate this minus 44, and therefore hence x is equal to 33. So therefore speed of the train, passenger train, what is x? Speed of passenger train, it is 33 km/h, and speed of the express train being more than 11, it will be 33 plus 11, so that's 44 km/h. Okay, let's move ahead. Okay, now question 2 says, a train travels 360 km at a uniform speed. If the speed had been 5 km more, it would have taken 1 hour less for the same journey. Find the speed of the train. Again, it is almost of the same type, but here they have only one train. Now they say that this train is traveling from this point A, for example, to point B, and distance between the two is 360 kilometers. Initially, it is moving with a speed of x km/h. Okay, now they have increased the speed. By how much they have increased the speed? They have increased the speed by 5. So now let the increased speed be x plus 5 km/h. Okay, here this is the original time taken by this train with this x km/h. Let it be t original. So this is the time taken. But when the speed is increased, we know time taken would be less. How much less is this time taken? It is 1 hour less than the original time. So time taken over here with increased speed will be equal to original time minus 1. Okay, so let us put up this in the equation. Time taken by the train with original speed minus time taken by the train with increased speed is equal to 1. Right? What is time? We know speed is equal to, the entire game is on this formula. Speed is equal to distance upon time. So therefore, time is equal to distance upon speed. Right? So we have already told that let this original speed of the train be x km/h. Hence, the increased speed of the train will be x plus 5 km/h. Now we know original time. Again, what is the distance travel? Distance travel in both the cases will be same. That's 360 km/h. Okay. So time is distance upon speed. So distance over here is 360. Speed is x minus, again in increased speed also distance covered is same, 360 upon, here the speed is increased, x plus 5 equal to 1. What do? We take a simple LCM. Okay, so this will be 360 into x plus 5 minus 360 into x whole upon x into x plus 5 equal to 1. Okay. So I'll take this over here, and if we see, if we open, I'll take this denominator to my RHS, and if we open the brackets over here, we'll get to know that this is 360x plus 360 into 5. So 3000, half of 3600 will be 1800 plus 1800 minus 360 equal to x square plus 5x. So if you observe, this and this will get cancelled. So the quadratic equation that we have is x square plus 5x minus 1800 equal to 0. Now this is our required quadratic equation. We know that 1800 can be divided into as 45 and 40, and 45 into 40 is 1800. 45 minus 40 would be 5. So let us split this. So this would be x square. So the factors that we got is x plus 45 into x minus 40 equal to 0. Hence x is equal to minus 45, or x is equal to 40. Obviously, what is x? X is speed of the train. X cannot be negative. Hence, we will discard this value. So that's why the original speed of the train is 40 kilometers per hour. So at the end, it is very, very important to write the statement. The statement will carry half mark and gives a good look for the presentation of question as well. Always remember, always you have to write the end statements whenever word problems are being given to you, right? So hence the speed of the train is 40 kilometer per hour. Okay, understood? Okay then. Next we have our episode 6.5, which would deal with geometrical figures related problems. We will have rectangular fields, we will have square fields, we can also have a right angle triangle field, and depending on that we will have to either find the area, either the length or breadth or anything. Okay, so stay tuned for that. Thank you.